Brendan,
What's up, bro?
3 days out. How you feeling?
Like every other time, just ready to go.
You got the long hair, man. Are you going to braid it up or what?
Yeah, full braid this time. It feels like the Tom Breeze fight all over again. So hopefully the performance says the same, and everything will be good and dandy and ready to go.
There's still time before the fight, but so knock on wood. But you finally got your top 15 matchup.
Alex, don't jinx me.
How does it feel?
Alex, if he pulls out for some reason, you're gonna owe me a second check.
I got you.
All right, I know you out here like that. No, it feels good. It feels good to finally have, looking for that number and the same guy, the whole camp, full camp, and a good guy at that. He's a good opponent, and I think he's a good guy. Like, I think he's cool, but no matter what, none of that matters. I'm gonna go out there and I'm gonna do what I need to do, and we can be friends after. But I'm excited.
There's been a lot of hype behind Andre Muniz, especially his grappling. As a grappler yourself, like, what do you see in him?
I feel he's good at certain positions, and some transitions he does is a little different. But from the jiu-jitsu aspect, MMA jiu-jitsu and sport jiu-jitsu is totally different. I understand his positionings. I understand what he's looking for. I understand what he's trying to do. And I understand his intentions. I feel like many guys haven't before. And I also don't feel like those guys were just very competent in that area. So, yeah, I think he's met his match for that aspect of his game, which is his best aspect. And some of his best positions on the ground are also my best defensive positions on the ground. So it's very interesting. If he can get it there, it's very interesting, and I look forward to testing that.
So, most of the time, if it's two grapplers, it kind of stands up. It's going to be a stand-up. But do you want to test your grappling against his, or do you think it's going to kind of be a fight on the feet?
Honestly, like, some people don't think he'll get me down. Like, obviously, I want to go to the ground on my terms, not on his terms. My ego says just go out and jump guard in the first 5 seconds and see what happens, right? That's my ego speaking. But I want to go on my terms. I'm not fighting his fight. He's going to fight my fight. I'm going to make him fight my fight. I'm pretty good everywhere. I'm not just a one-trick pony. I'm not just good at one thing. I can do it all. And I'm going to beat him wherever the fight goes. I'm there for 17 minutes of focus, 15 minutes of beating him up. And if he can't take it for 15 minutes, that's fine. That's great. That looks great for me. But either way, I'm bringing something totally different than he's seen before and that he's felt. And for me at this point, I'm just trying to channel all that energy and that nerves and just ease through it, work through it, be in my time, be in my moment. And see what happens on fight night. I'm not going to get overwhelmed about anything. I'm not going to feel any pressure. I'm going to just stay in my lane, do what I need to do, have fun this week, and go out and try to show out on Saturday. I can't control that outcome, but I can control my preparation, and my preparation has been amazing.
You said after your last fight that you should never be on the prelims again, so you got bumped up to the co-main. What happened?
I don't know. I guess I look too cute or something. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Honestly, I just like to talk a little shit, but I don't really care. I fight first of the night. I'll fight first of the night. That means I'm just going to get some food after and do what I need to do. But I'll fight at midnight. Hell, when we fight in Singapore, 5 in the morning? Yeah, so, I'm going to go fight when it's time. And I'm prepared every which way that you can possibly be prepared for. And like I said in everything that I've done leading up to the fight, in order for Andre to beat me, he's that good. And I'll be the first person to step up and say he is just that good if he beats me. I don't think he's going to beat me. I don't think he comes close to beating me. But if he does, he is just that good. And that's how I want it. If he beats me, he's just that good.
With a win over him, you get your top 15 spot. What do you want the rest of the year to look like?
Hopefully this will be my last time at 3 times a year. Obviously after the rankings, it's hard with dates for everyone and things like that. So hopefully this will be my last time fighting 3 times this year. And yeah, I got to go out here and finish Muniz and then obviously I want my rematches back, but sometimes they don't want to do that right now. Excuse me. And so I'll look for Jack Hermanson or Dricus Duplessis. No matter what happens next weekend, he's still ahead of me. So, and then Jack and they've called me short notice a couple times, but I was hurt. And so those are two very realistic fights that keep me kind of the time frame that I want to keep on. Because hopefully 2024 I can challenge for that belt. That's my goal.
You go out there, finish Muniz, you get that new contract that you want?
Well, I've got a nice contract. I'm happy with what I make, but I'm trying to stay close to finishing out this contract before I challenge for that belt, because the next contract is even nicer. So yeah, I just slow playing. I got some time. I just turned 27 in December, so I got a little time. I'm just starting to come into my prime. I think the abilities have always been there. My technique has always been there. Obviously, you can always sharpen up on things as I'm trying to do and improve. But for me, it's just the mental aspect of this whole fight thing. Obviously, it comes faster to some people than others. But for me, I feel like I'm just coming into that prime. I'm not there yet, but I'm like right there. So I feel good. I feel really good.
And finally, All In Combat is this weekend. Your first promotion, your first card is this weekend. Kind of talk about it.
Yeah, it was a little difficult. I mean, I've had my promotion planned since October, I believe, just because I wanted to slow play it, make sure I have everything in line. I didn't want there to be any crazy, unexpected things. When they called for the fight, I had told them, I was like, can we move it to the week after? It's a pay-per-view. Like, at that time, they didn't have all these fights on there. And I don't know what happened. Obviously, I don't know behind the scenes, but I don't know if it was him or the UFC, but they didn't want it. I asked them to move it up, like, forward a week to last week, and they didn't want to do that neither, so I was like, I'm still not going to say no. I got good people running the event. The event's good. Obviously, it's my first show. I fronted the money for everything. I don't have any investors or anything. I have sponsors that helped out a lot, but everything mainly, I fronted that money. So, like, it's nothing crazy as far as, like, the pros that I have. But I'll get there. My goal is to be something like Fury, Like, they're good friends of mine that run that promotion. He's the champion for them. And, my goal is to go bigger, but it's a stage, and I feel like my business model is going to last through time. So, but I'm excited for it. I'm excited to see where it goes. I'm excited to learn that business side, and I can't wait to be at the next one in May.
So is it like, are you going to be kind of warming up, also watching your promotion, or are you just going to kind of like come back to it after your fight?
I'll just come back to it after the fight. I'll get the recaps and the fights and all that stuff after the fight. But for me, I just need to focus on what I'm doing, and this is what feeds my family. This is what provides for that business. So I think it's the most important thing that needs to be done. And I got a great opportunity here. Why waste it, I'm going to go out there and just take care of business, and we'll figure out everything else after, no matter what happens.
Awesome. Thanks, man.
Of course, man.
Hey, I've just got one question for you. I saw on your Instagram you have a GoFundMe up for, it looks like a friend. I was wondering if you could talk to us a little bit about that and maybe give a little bit of plug for it.
Oh, yeah. So thanks for asking, actually. I wanted to put that in. But that's my friend JJ. He just got diagnosed in January 26th with an incurable cancer. It's basically a bone marrow cancer. I don't know the exact names because, they a little bit outside of that southern intellect. But yeah, so he got diagnosed with an incurable, like basically bone marrow cancer, and he got diagnosed with an incurable disease as well at the same time, so two. And he's under 40, so these diseases and cancers are super rare in people, but they're even more rare in people under 40. He's got 4 kids under 10, and he's actually like a great man, like a great father. He quit doing a lot of jobs that he was doing just to be with his kids more, be at every event. He was a bodybuilder at one point, personal trainer. So I've watched him physically change kids' lives and people's lives. And so I'm trying to just help him and his family as best as I can. Obviously, financially, it's hard when you go from where I'm from. It's mostly a two-person income. Like, that's how you pay your bills. And I don't know exactly for their case, but most people live paycheck to paycheck where I come from. So I can't imagine the pressure that's coming on his wife, Lisa, and their family with going from a dual income household to a single income, as well as the bills that come from the treatments that he gets and all the pressure and everything they go through. Like my brother has been was in the hospital for a long time. He's paralyzed now, so I know that stress. But I can't imagine the stress that she's having. They've known each other since they were 9 or 10 years old, and they just happened to grow a relationship from there. And now they got 4 kids, and I can't imagine having to lose your best friend and your spouse possibly. And but he's still out here fighting. He's still out here trying to do what he can to be there for his kids. So. I'm trying to just do what I can to help him and his family, and hopefully after I fight, if I can win this bonus, I'm going to take care of them.
Thank you.